Queens Den. I am Queen this year, and today we are here to give you your daily dose of what's going on in the spirit for you, what's coming in the spirit for you, what's happening in the spirit for you. Okay, so welcome in. If this message resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you leave us a comment and let us know how this message resonates with you, okay? As well as you guys know we are almost to our goal. 500 subscribers is our goal, and we are almost there. So I'm very excited. Thank you, also, you guys. Thank you guys as well for subscribing and joining our team. We appreciate you guys, and I just hope that these messages give y'all the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that you guys are seeking. Ashe. So let's get into today's message. Today's message, the first two cards out were the Six of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So the present energy around you right now is familiar energy. And so the challenge for you right now is the Ten of Cups, your happiness, your end all be all person. You know, the person that you want to live out the rest of your life with, and that's the challenge. I feel like whoever this message will be for, you definitely have been dealing with a lot of familiar spirits. Okay, a lot of familiar spirits when it comes to your love life, when it comes to your happiness. You've been dealing with a lot of familiar spirits, and so this could come from your root. This could come from how you grew up. This could come from your parents. So let's see what else we have here. Definitely dealing with the root though, because that's what the Six of Cups talks about. It talks about childhood memories. It talks about familiarity. And so, whoever this message is for, you've definitely been dealing with a lot of familiar spirits. And so, what it is like every every relationship is different, but the person feels familiar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the person feels familiar. Okay, so we have protection here, we have dreams, and we have healing wounds. Okay, and then we have inspiration. Okay, so whoever this message is for, while you were going through these familiar situations because of how you grew up, because of what you seen growing up, because of what you learned growing up, I feel like you were protected through all of this. I feel like you were protected through all of this, okay? While you were healing your wounds, you were definitely protected through all of this. And I feel like Spirit was showing you as well in your dreams, okay? In your dreams, Spirit was showing you the people that you need to let go. Spirit has been showing you the the sneakiness. I'm getting the, what's that, the Five of Swords in my mind's eye. The sneakiness, the conniving, the trickery from these people, from these familiar spirits. And this could be friends, y'all. This don't have to just be love. This could be friends. This could be family. You know, it's just familiarity, and it's connected to the root chakra. Okay. So with inspiration being here, I feel like something has been unblocked for you with this inspiration card being here. You see how the lizard is going through the bushes right here, the little flowers or whatever you want to call them, leaves. Yeah, I feel like something has definitely unblocked for you, but there was definitely something blocking you from either creating, stopping you from connecting to your true self. And this could have been this wound related to your childhood that you have been struggling with. Yeah. So here we have guardianship, we have strength, we have curiosity and intuition in the reverse. Yeah, you were definitely protected through all of these familiar situations. I feel like this is like very karmic as well. It took a lot of strength for you to overcome these obstacles because that's what these familiar people were. They were obstacles. They were not only obstacles, they were lessons. Yeah, this is definitely a karmic message. Definitely. Ashe, love, Ashe. That's your prerogative. So we have guardianship and strength here. It took a lot of strength for you to overcome these familiar situations. But you were protected. You were guarded. Well, y'all, we got protection here like 3 times, literally. So the number 3 could be significant for you as well. So with curiosity and intuition being in the reverse, I feel like there was a point in your life where you thought, certain things was evil, certain things held you back. Like when the universe was calling you to step outside your comfort zone, certain things was holding you back because of your belief system. And so you didn't listen to your intuition when it came to these people, these familiar people. You didn't listen to, I don't know if y'all just heard that car horn honk, but that was a confirmation for somebody. And I think it honked 4 times. Yeah, the number 4 is significant to this message as well. But at a time, you were not curious enough to listen to your intuition to do whatever it is or whatever it was the universe wanted you to do to protect yourself. You could have looked at it as it was evil. You could have looked at it as it was witchcraft. I don't want to do that. You know, however, the message resonates for you. So then bashful, we have bashfulness and success. Bashfulness and success. So I feel like these familiar people, these familiar situations, they truly helped you overcome. They helped you overcome stumbling blocks within yourself. Okay. They helped you overcome not believing in yourself. For every lesson, there's a blessing. And so these situations, even though they were very bashful, these people were very mean. They cursed you, they bound you with their words, they treated you, very disrespectfully. But it was because of your vibration. It was because of who you are, and that is you're just a star. You have that success vibration. And so these people, they tried to curse you. They tried to bound you with their words, with bashfulness being here. Yeah, they tried to do all kind of things with their words, but I feel like it only made you go harder. With courage in the reverse, passion in the reverse, and magic in the reverse, yeah, nothing they did, nothing they spoke against you worked. Okay? Nothing they spoke against you worked. I don't care what they said, how they said it. Isabella, hi love, welcome in. How they said it, whatever they said, like you ain't gonna be nothing if you leave me. You're not gonna have as much as you have now if you leave, or however, whatever the words were that these people used to bound you, it did not work. And they only did it because they didn't have love in their hearts. They didn't have the love in their heart. They didn't have the light that you have. They didn't have the spark that you have. They don't have the vibration that you have. This is a spiritual war, y'all. Understand this. This is a spiritual battle. This was a spiritual battle that the collective, whoever this message is for, had to go through to see their worth, to understand their worth, to understand their value. Yeah. So these people are now lacking courage in their magic. They not believing in their magic no more because whatever they did to try to stop you, it did not work. It didn't work at all. And so we have spark in the reverse here on top of inspiration. Yeah, these people were filled with darkness. They were filled with some of them could have been entities. living in a human body. Um, but their whole goal was to come in and take your creative abilities so you couldn't create. That was the goal. Yeah. So we have protection down here again. I told y'all we had protection here like 3 times, right? Guardianship, guardian. Wait, what did it say? Yeah, guardianship, protection, and then protection again in another deck. So yeah, y'all was heavily protected. Definitely, y'all was heavily protected in this situation. In these situations with these people, y'all were heavenly protected. I'm gonna say it like that. We have death in the reverse, and then okay, so death in the reverse is on top of protection. So that spirit just confirming that you were never dead in these situations, even though you went through these situations and it looked like you were suffering, you didn't have enough, you didn't, you were in lack or whatever the situation was. However, it looked for you. It felt like you were dead, like spiritually dead. But with death being in the reverse and the number 3 being here, no, baby, this was all a part of the divine's plan. Yes, it was. And then we have luck here, we have nurture, and then we have mastery. Because you mastered yourself, because you mastered your inner self, because you mastered your shadow self, and you chose to face your demons, you chose to nurture your spiritual house, face your demons. This is the era that you're walking into. Your lucky girl era, your lucky man era, whatever you want to call it. This is the era that you're walking into, whether people like it or not. This is what it is. It is what it is, right? And so I feel like whoever this message will be for, you guys have been using a lot of I am affirmations. You've been using a lot of affirmations, period, right? But it has not been working for some reason. So when I went to do this message, I had wrote this down. I don't even know when I wrote it down, but it's been a while because I don't even have no more of these sticky notes. But one of the cards I couldn't find them. They had flew over on the floor. But this here was on top of the card. And it says, words spoken without maintaining frequency is empty. So the number 2 also is definitely related to this message. And so what Spirit is saying is, you have mastered a lot of things, as far as coming out of these familiar situations. But now it's time to master your frequency, master your vibration. Okay, now it's time to master that. That's what it is. Spirit, can we have some confirmation? So what's this? The 9 of Swords coming out. You could have been dealing with a lot of anxiety because of these people um, that you had to deal with, these familiar people, these familiar spirits you had to deal with. You could have been dealing with a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of fear, nightmares, worrying. This is air energy. So you could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is what I'm hearing. And so we have the devil here. So the number 6 could be very significant. Yeah, you were working through a destructive behavior, through a toxic behavior. You were detaching from a toxic behavior. That's what it is. You were detaching from a toxic trait that was within self. Yeah, this was within self. And I feel like because of these familiar situations, these familiar spirits that came into your life. This came from childhood. This definitely came from childhood, and this could have stemmed. This familiar this familiar spirit could have stemmed from the father's side or the mother's side of your family. But I feel like this spirit that attached itself to you at a young age, it gave you a lot of toxic traits. And so I feel like for the past couple of seasons, that's kind of what you've been working your way out of. Yeah. That's what you've been working your way out of. These toxic traits. So we're gonna leave a message right there, you guys. We got abundance at the top of the deck over here. This is just listen. Everything that you work so hard for to overcome, it's bringing in your blessings. It's bringing in your abundance. It's bringing in everything that you asked the universe for because you chose to work on yourself and face your own demons. Ashe? So that is the message for today, you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow with another daily message. If you like this message, if this message resonated with you, like, share, subscribe, comment, do all those things, and we will see y'all tomorrow. Ashe, peace and blessings.